Coming up on today's episode of Airborne-Unlimited, Dynon and Trig announce major avionics merger. Aircraft overboard, Super Hornet falls off USS Truman. Pilot forced to surrender his Cessna 206 over a six-pack. Welcome to Airborne Unlimited. I'm your host, Holland Lee. Let's get into today's stories. Dynon and Trig announce major avionics merger. Dynon Avionics has made a strategic investment in Trig Avionics. This investment brings Trig into the Dynon Group of companies and strengthens a long-standing partnership between the two innovators in general aviation. Dynon Avionics was founded in 2000 and is headquartered in Woodinville, Washington. Dynon produces the Skyview HDX line of avionics for experimental, light sport, and type certificated aircraft. It also owns Advanced Flight Systems, which produces the AF6000 avionics series, as well as the advanced panel offering that allows aircraft builders to install a finished avionics panel quickly. Trig Avionics is a European manufacturer of avionics with a focus on transponders and other radio-based products. For a number of years, Trig has reportedly supplied Dynon with private-labeled radio transceivers and transponders that integrate well into Dynon's Skyview and advanced product lines. Dynon claims that this strategic move deepens the collaboration, allowing the two companies to align more closely and deliver an even broader range of avionics solutions to customers around the world. The Dynon Group, now including Trig Avionics, will continue, quote, its mission to bring cutting-edge, reliable, and affordable avionics to GA, end quote. The combined entity will be led by Brad Thurrow, who has been appointed Dynon's president. Robert Hamilton, Dynon's longtime president, will take on the role as COO. After the break, EDMO adds Microair avionics to lineup.
Well, hello, fellow pilot. I'm John King.
And I'm Martha King.
You know, we've all had our flying lives disrupted lately.
Well, King Schools is here to help you stay up to date with courses that you can access on your desktop, iPad, or iPhone. If you'd like a refresher or just want to expand your aviation horizons, we have a course for you.
So head over to kingschools.com/rusty today for details.
For over 30 years, the massive Sport Plane Resource Guide has provided expert, credible information, evaluations, and critical analysis of all that the sport aviation world has to offer. The all-new digital Sport Plane Resource Guide is coming with extensive multimedia features that are constantly updated, an even more comprehensive online guide to all things sport aviation. Available soon. www.sportplane.com.
Welcome back. Now let's take a trip around the patch for some shorter stories. EDMO adds Microair avionics to lineup. EDMO Distributors has added a new option in lightweight avionics to the North American market with a new lineup of Microair avionics. The Microair avionics brand is most known for its Australian background, where it made the much-loved M760 compact radio for a quarter century. Since introducing the lightweight panel-mounted VHF radio, the brand has sold more than 14,000 of them, getting all the way up to the M760Q. SpaceX's Starbase may become the nation's newest city. SpaceX's Starbase facility may become Starbase City soon, as residents voting on whether to incorporate as a city have until May 3rd to cast their ballots. Starbase is the home of SpaceX's Starship facility, and its current population is less than 300, including 120 children. The facilities east of Brownsville, Texas include the Starbase office, production site, high bay for vertical integration of the Starship vehicle, the tracking station, and a residential area. B29 Dock to be at World War II weekend in Reading, Pennsylvania. The historic B29 Superfortress Dock has been added to the list of aircraft that will attend the 34th annual World War II weekend running June 6th through 8th, 2025. Dock is one of only two remaining B29 Superfortress bombers still flying today and will be available for flight experience rides as well as ground and cockpit tours during the event hosted by the Mid-Atlantic Air Museum located on the north side of the airfield. Troubled maintenance provider sued for $10 million after crash. Maintenance provider Emerald Aircrafters II is facing a $10 million lawsuit after one of the planes it worked on crashed into a home, killing 3 people. The case alleges that the company's work led to a malfunction with the aircraft. The crash occurred at around 10:30 a.m. on August 31, 2024. The aircraft, a twin-engine Cessna 421C Golden Eagle, had just taken off from Troutdale Airport in Oregon with a pilot and flight instructor on board. It was instructed to remain in the traffic pattern, but the pilot was unable to maintain the proper 1,000-foot altitude due to issues with handling. That's it for today's trip around the patch. Let's get back to the rest of the news. Aircraft overboard. Super Hornet falls off USS Truman. The U.S. Navy lost an FA-18 Super Hornet fighter jet in the Red Sea when it rolled off the USS Harry S. Truman while it was being towed. A factor in the incident was that the Truman was making hard turns to avoid Houthi fire. All personnel involved in towing the aircraft were able to avoid being dragged and are safely accounted for. The Navy stated, quote, "The FA-18E was actively under tow in the hangar bay when the move crew lost control of the aircraft. The aircraft and tow tractor were lost overboard. Sailors towing the aircraft took immediate action to move clear of the aircraft before it fell overboard. An investigation is underway," end quote. Carl Schuster, a former U.S. Navy captain, told reporters that carriers trying to avoid a missile attack use a zigzag tactic, noting, quote, "You typically do a series of alternating 30 to 40 degree turns. Each takes about 30 seconds each way, but the turn starts sharply. It's like riding in a zigzagging car. The ship leans about 10 to 15 degrees into the turn, but it displaces the ship about 100 to 200 yards from any likely aim point," end quote, if the ship is moving at maximum speed. After these messages, pilot forced to surrender his Cessna 206 over a six-pack.
DirectFly USA proudly introduces the new Alto NG, a single-engine, two-seat light sport aircraft for the North American market. This simple, all-metal aircraft design provides low-maintenance cost, easy, comfortable access, and responsive flight controls. Equipped with the Rotax 912 engine and a ballistic parachute, the Alto NG is reliable and safe. Learn more about the Alto NG at directflyusa.com.
Welcome back. Pilot forced to surrender his Cessna 206 over a six-pack. Fairbanks pilot Kenneth Jouppi is being forced to forfeit his Cessna 206 Stationair after knowingly using it to transport a six-pack to a dry village 13 years ago. Jouppi, as the owner of KenAir LLC, was found guilty of a misdemeanor bootlegging charge after he assisted a passenger loading their cargo into the aircraft. These boxes and bags contained around 72 bottles of beer, however, and Alaska state troopers were standing by with a warrant. The court was able to prove that he knew at least one six-pack was on board since it was visible through a plastic bag. Jouppi was slapped with 3 days in jail, a $1,500 fine for both him and KenAir, and 3 years of probation. District Court Trial Judge Patrick Hammers clarified that the state's law did not allow it to confiscate the aircraft. The Alaska Court of Appeals was quick to fight this decision. After several more court dates, a petition made its way to the Alaska Supreme Court to decide whether a $95,000 value forfeiture was excessive under constitutional law. Judges found that, quote, "Within this context, it is clear that the illegal importation of even a six-pack of beer causes grave societal harm. This factor strongly suggests that the forfeiture is not grossly disproportional," end quote. So, after 13 years of court confusion, Alaska may still be able to take away Jouppi's bird. And that's our show for today. You can catch episodes of Airborne on YouTube, Roku, or Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne. And don't forget to follow us on social media. Thanks for watching.